Elen Silla Lumen Omen Taelvo. Today I bring to you a video on the Petty Dwarves. The Petty Dwarves were a group of dwarves that were less stout of body, being shorter than most dwarves, and the Petty Dwarves would also be exiles, for they openly broke the customs of the dwarves by speaking aloud their Khazul names. Now, what we first learn about the Petty Dwarves is that sometime in the years of the trees, the Petty Dwarves created Nuluk Kesden at the base of the Naurog River. Before the Sindar elves met the dwarves of the Arid Lumen, they encountered the Petty Dwarves. Because of the small, hunched-over nature of the Petty Dwarves, the Sindar mistook them for wild animals, and they hunted the Petty Dwarves to near extinction. These actions would leave the Petty Dwarves with a hatred of the elves, even when the Sindar learned of their mistake. The Petty Dwarves' greatest hatred, though, would be to the Noldor, who, after coming to Beleriand to wage war against Morgoth, would take up much land that the Petty Dwarves thought their own. Finrod Felagund would establish the realm of Nargothrond in Nuluk Kesden, and the Petty Dwarves would show their cruelty, for Finrod had paid the Petty Dwarves great sums of gold for the aid of the construction of Nargothrond. But the Petty Dwarf Mim, the chieftain of the Petty Dwarves, grew greedy, and he attempted to murder Finrod in his sleep. Because of the treachery of their chieftain, all Petty Dwarves were banished from the region, and the Petty Dwarves fled to Amon-Ruth. There, throughout the years, the remaining Petty Dwarves died off one by one until only Mim and his sons Ibun and Kim were left. And there they dwelt alone for many years, until 486 of the First Age, when the Petty Dwarves were ambushed by the Gaurahoth, and Mim would be captured, and his sons Ibun and Kim escaped, though Kim would be mortally wounded. Mim would plead to the men's captain, Turin, to spare his life, and Turin would, telling Mim to take the men to Amon-Ruth. In the morning, Mim led the outlaws to the Bald Hill, where Mim discovered that his son Kim had died, and Mim then cursed the man who fired the arrow that slew Kim. Mim would earn pity from Turin for the loss of his son, and Turin would speak kindly to Mim, often taking counsel with the Petty Dwarf despite mistrust from the other outlaws, Androg especially, for it was he who was cursed by Mim. The old hatred for the elves would be sparked when Beleg, the friend of Turin, came and joined Turin's band. Mim would be jealous, as Turin had a great friendship with Beleg, and Beleg was a great healer, and with that gift, the curse that Mim laid upon Androg saved the man's life, and that curse would thus be nearly undone. Mim's hatred would greatly increase, and one day Mim's hatred became too much, so with Ibun they went out in search of the orcs. They soon found orcs, and a deal was struck with as Mim would give the orcs the location and the secret doors of Amon-Ruth. Every outlaw death would be paid 50 pieces of iron to Mim, but the capture of Turin and Beleg 100 pieces of gold the orcs would pay. There is another version of this story, as the one I have just told comes from the book The Children of Hurin. But in the Silmarillion it tells that Mim and Ibun did not actively betray Turin, but that they were captured in the woods by orcs and would have been killed had Mim not betrayed Turin. No matter the events that transpired, Turin was betrayed, but Ibun would be held captive by the orcs and most likely killed by them. When the ambush on Amon-Ruth began, Min would be hidden away in a secret door, and he would not come out until long after the orcs left. He then ventured to the summit, and seeing Beleg tied up, Mim begins sharpening his knife to kill the elf. But unbeknownst to both of them, there was still another alive on the summit. It was Androg, and using his strength he attacked Mim, and Mim would quickly flee down the hillside like a mountain goat. Where Mim fled to is unknown, but after the fall of Nargothrond, and after the Glaurung the dragon left the ruined halls, Mim then returned to the old fortress and declared it his own. In 502, Mim, the last petty dwarf, would be confronted by Hurin, the father of Turin, whom Mim betrayed. Mim, upon learning Hurin's identity, begged and pleaded for his life, but Hurin, who knew of Mim's betrayal, slew him anyway. But in another version of the tale, it was not Hurin, but his companions who slew Mim, and they did so to take the treasures in Nargothrond. Yet with his dying breath, Mim would curse the treasure, a curse that would eventually bring the destruction of Doriath, the kingdom of the Sindar whom Mim hated. No matter the story, the tale of the petty dwarves would be no more after Mim. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, let me know how I can better improve these videos, and please feel free to like and subscribe for more content. Thanks, and as the elves say, Namarie.